What's going on, Jerome's? Woo, woo. Hyped up for a Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff. It's time for another Vikings news dump. He sees you when you're pooping. That's right. So Vikings versus Niners. You do have the Sling and Sam Darnold versus Brock Purdy Bowl. This is the Sam Darnold revenge game. Of course it is. And also, hey, we know Sam Darnold because he was here, but Sam Darnold knows you because he was there. Stuff like that. Right. But it is really awesome that Sam Darnold will have played in 2 straight Super Bowls. It's really hard to do. No problem. Also, this is great. I feel like this should go under freezing cold takes, just poking the bear, right? So you have Deommodore Lenoir, 49ers cornerback, former Pride of Oregon. So talk about Sam Darnold. Quote, I think I win that for sure. I believe I win. Me and Sam, we have this connection where he throw the ball to me. This week I'm coming. He know it. I know he's a talented player. He's going to come ready to work. I like that he tried to save it in the second half, right? So Sam Darnold, when he was with the 49ers, ran scout team. And Lenoir, of course, being one of the starting cornerbacks, just like, oh, he threw me a ball all the time. Please just write this one down. Now, I understand that Charvarius Ward is going to be tailing Justin Jefferson most of the game because he's a more talented cornerback, and Lenoir with a with a dump truck, with a grader, with a forklift, he could not carry Justin Jefferson's jock. Not saying, I'm just saying. All right, but yeah, just mark this one down as little bulletin board disrespect. Yeah, no problem. Speaking of Justin friggin' Jefferson, he goes on the other side, so hyping up Sling and Sam Darnold. Vikings fan page. Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson on Sam Darnold, quote, he was 12 for 12 to start the game. If you don't have confidence in that, then I don't know what more confidence you need. We're excited for the connection to really build and see where Sam really brings this offense. Now, Jefferson did have only 6 targets, but of course, I mean, that still led the team, still had a touchdown, but I know that Jefferson is just waiting. Like, hey, Lenoir, bring it, man. I think that Jefferson is going to go off. I think he's going to have a monster day on Sunday. Also, potentially having a monster day is Jaylen Speedy Nailor. So, Jordan Addison, the hero of last year's 49ers game, probably missing with that ankle injury. And if the Niners sell out to stop JJ, sorry, Jets. I've been doing really good. Jaylen Speedy Nailor, Pride of Michigan State, could have himself a day. Kramer, Strib, go. Vikings, it's not what it says at all. Justin Jefferson on Jaylen Nailor, who is in line for his second NFL start with Addison ankle still out. Quote, big potential. He's just behind me and J.A., Jordan Addison. That's the only thing that really stopping him from reaching the potential he really, really has. Also, health. Knocking on all the wood, but Speedy, back-to-back full participant in practices this week, so we'll be 100%. And I just want to see it like a deep bomb because Darnold and Nailor had some good chemistry going during training camp. Like some of the big plays that Darnold had every single day, like is usually either some JJ in there, sure, some Jets in there, sure, but it was either Addison and there's a lot of Nailor in there too. Yeah. Speaking of injury report, so either this is something or this is absolutely nothing. That's basically everything in life. But Harrison Smith was added to the injury report on Thursday. We'll get more clarification today on Friday as final day of practice as well as game statuses. But Harrison Smith with a hip injury listed as DNP. Now, full participant on Wednesday. Now, this could be just a veteran rest day, and Kevin O'Connell is famous for doing that with veterans. But you can just list DNP old, DNP rest. But we'll see. Like if Harrison has a designation on Friday, then it's something to be worried about. Where when you go from full participant in practice to limited or DNP, same thing with Brian O'Neill, except less worried about that. Then. So Kyle, speaking of a guy who was here when Harrison Smith was here, Kyle Rudolph, a 2011 second-round pick out of Notre Dame. No. Hey, remember when 2011, it was Christian Ponder in the first round and then Kyle Rudolph in the second round? Like that was supposed to be the chemistry and connection for eons. Yeah, but on the Up and Adams show with Kay Adams, Rudolph is picking the Vikings to upset the 49ers on Sunday. Vikings are getting 5.5 points at home. So I also picked the Vikings money line. Also, I feel like, well, first off, Kyle Rudolph wearing a Masters sweater, that's a little bit on the nose. Like, he's probably a member at Augusta, right? But also, I mean, I feel like Kyle Rudolph, after all like the bitterness, is like, hey, I earned that contract, blah blah blah. Towards the end of his Vikings tenure, I think he's trying to smooth things over and try and get into the Ring of Honor, which I don't know, like, it feels like it should be, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, but either way, I agree with Rudy in this situation. Also, something I agree with is Harrison Phillips. So we said when Harrison signed his 2-year, up to $19 million deal that it's potentially could lower his cap hit, which it certainly did for 2024. So this is from Guessling. The Vikings have just over $3.3 million of cap space with the new deal for Harrison Phillips, whose cap number dropped from $8.8 million to $5.486 million. So there's some conversion of base salary as well as flattening out of the signing bonus. So either way, like, the Vikings went into the Phillips situation after they had restructured Hockenson with about $7 million in cap space. Now they have just around 11 or 12. So they got some wiggle room. Like, maybe at the trade deadline, maybe we make a move. I don't know, man. But also, bottom line, love keeping Harrison Phillips in purple for the next couple of years. He is the heart of that defense, even though I still think he's playing out of position. But whatever position he plays in, he's really damn good, and love that leadership too, man. Also, leadership, Harrison Smith, the other Harrison, as well as Jumpin' Josh Metellus, absolute leaders on the back end, hammers, and also very versatile chess pieces for Flores, moving all over the place. PFF Minnesota Vikings, the only pair of safeties in the PFF top 10, week 1. Harrison Smith, 90.4, third. Josh Metellus, number 10, 80.4. Beasley was 20th, so you have 3 top 20 performances at safety. Alkaline trio. Shaking. Also, I think the Vikings are going to have to look into freshening up Josh Metellus' contract as well, because when they signed him to that 2-year, $8 million extension, like, that was fine at the time, but that's going to get outdated pretty quickly here. So, yeah, 44 is going to have to get taken care of, as well as Beasley. But at a certain point, like, can you pay everyone? We'll see. Unfortunately, so Tua had another concussion on Thursday Night Football as the Dolphins lost to the Bills. And just another scary spot, too. And he ran straight into Damar Hamlin, and his fingers automatically did the fencing thing like one of his previous concussions, and it was just really not good to see. And just really... So we've obviously had words with Tua on things because of his stance with Flores, but I mean, this goes beyond that, right? So honestly, he should consider retirement, because I don't think that he can take any more of these concussions. I really don't. Yeah, so it's really kind of a bummer to see. That's Friday. We need to go out on like a happier note. So with no, also, did you see like passing numbers are way down across the league? Defense is back, baby. That's right. With no one throwing for 400-plus yards in week 1, the last quarterback to hit that mark in the regular season remains Nick Mullins. Big Mullins. 411 yards against the Lions, and Justin Jefferson got a big part of that too. I mean, Nick Mullins can sling it, and like we always say, he's going to throw 4 touchdowns. It might be your team, it might not be. Who knows? So there you go. But that's it. Beautiful Friday. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skull Production Value.